So hello friends, today we will be starting a lecture series on English phonetics. And English, as we know, is a global language and international language, a language spoken by a very large section of the world population. English is the first language in countries like the United States of America, Great Britain, Australia and Canada. In the case of Commonwealth nations like India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, English is having the position of an official language, a linked language or a second language. Even though English is treated as a second language, it's having considerable influence on our lives. Almost all sectors need proficiency in English. English is the language of information technology, it's the language of diplomacy, language of medicine, research, higher education and a lot of sectors, entertainment, media, etc. If you are a researcher and you want to communicate your knowledge, your achievements with the research fraternity, you'll have to make use of English. If you want to access knowledge, you have to use English. You need to know English. Then if there is a writer, a regional writer, and he wants to enjoy a wider readership, his or her books needed to be translated into English. Proficiency in the language is needed in this globalized world. Regarding campus placements, most of the multinational firms prefer candidates having good command over English. So young people view this language as a language of opportunities. Coming to Indian English, we know the context of India. Majority of the Indian learners use English as a second language. Before learning English, they have already acquired their mother tongue. They have already attained proficiency in their mother tongue. So by the time we speak English, by the time we use English, our mother tongue habits tend to influence the usage of English, like pronunciation. So our pronunciation definitely shows the impact of our mother tongue. When we listen to the Indian users using English, we can understand that the English of a Tamil speaker is different from the English of a Gujarati speaker. The English of the Malayali speaker is different from a person speaking English in Madhya Pradesh. So there are differences. Another peculiarity is English is a stress timed language. This is different from our native languages like Hindi, Malayalam, Tamil, etc. So considering these Indian languages, we give uniform stress to all the syllables in a word, but it is not so in the case of English. In English, we have to give stress upon a particular word and a particular syllable, and it has certain features like stress, pitch, intonation, etc. These things we will discuss in the coming lectures. Anyway, the Indian learner or the Indian speaker give uniform stress to almost all the syllables or all the words, which makes it difficult for a foreign speaker to understand our English. So we need to have an awareness regarding this mother tongue influence. We have to rectify those defects in our pronunciation in order to make our English intelligible to a global community. So a knowledge of phonetics will help us in rectifying these errors and in improving our English.